Welcome to Sharing My Truth with Mel and Suzie, the uncensored version, where we bear it all.
We do.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sharing My Truth Pod. We're here with Mel and Suzie, and we're here to say we're calling from London town. Do, 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 da, da, da. Is there like a famous song, Mel? No.
I'm in the Twilight Zone. There are many, but that was lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, guys, welcome back. We're if you guys want, you guys can go to sharingmytruth.com, share your truths with us. Tell us about what happened today, tomorrow, yesterday. Tell us about your sex accidents, which we're about to share. And go to Sharing My Truth Pod on the socials. And you go and always like and subscribe to this podcast on YouTube and on any of your places that you get your podcasts.
Very good.
Hey, babes.
Hello, my darling.
Hey. London.
We're still in London. We are coming back. But
I
we're
know.
still
I
in
don't want to
London.
leave. I'm having too much fun.
Yes, you are.
It's very fun here.
It is fun. It is fun. I love London. I mean, obviously, I'm from London.
Obviously.
But I love London. It is a very fun place.
It's just like it's like everyone is like busy all the time, like you see in places like Toronto where we live. But there's a different kind of like, everything's gonna work out. Like keep calm, carry on. That's the vibe here.
That's very British.
It's exactly why I said
Keep calm. But it's more like we're very calm on the exterior.
Mm,
Inside, we're grumbling.
right.
But always keep a calm exterior.
Right.
Cool, calm,
And collected. Very nice.
Mm.
Well, it shows.
That's
But
interesting.
here's the thing. I'm about to read some sex accidents. Some accidents that have happened to the good people of the world. Sex accidents. So obviously these people did not keep cool, calm, and collected.
No.
Although maybe they did, and they just were kind of chill about it. But this is actually from a article in the Metro.
British.
Free
paper, that is, actually.
Free paper.
Everyone
So
reads it on the tube.
yeah, so this is an article from 2020. Not that like really anything's changed that much. I don't think since then.
I doubt it.
Maybe with like robotic sex dolls is possible, but anything else, I think
That's
further.
true.
Not the norm though. I
No,
think.
No.
So sex accidents happen all the time.
Yes.
Like, you know, and Mel, I'm gonna read some of these, and I know you say you haven't had a sex accident,
Mhm.
but maybe.
I'll remember one.
Maybe one of these will kind of make you think, oh yeah, that did happen to me. Okay, yeah. So this is people share their stories of the most common sex accidents. And if you guys have a sex accident you guys want to talk to us about, you go to sharemytruth.com about it, and you guys tell us. Okay? But here we go. So one of them, the first one, is falling off your partner or the furniture, which happens.
Yeah.
That's an accident.
Yeah, I guess.
And then you hurt yourself, you bruise your bum.
Yes. Yes. I think you think you're more acrobatic than you are.
Yeah, all the time. Especially when maybe you've had a couple too many drinks at dinner.
Yes. And you've watched too many porn movies where you get these very able people.
Able-bodied people, yeah.
And you're like, they are professionals.
These are acrobats.
Yeah.
The most common sex mishap has been revealed to be falling off your partner or furniture, with 75% of people saying this has happened to them before. That's why I'm like, Mel, this is for sure.
What do you mean by falling off your partner?
Like, you know, if I am riding on this couch that I'm sitting on, maybe
Oh, I see.
he bucks me off or something.
I've got it. Okay.
Or maybe you're trying a weird position on the chair
Right.
and, you know, you do
You
a
fall,
tumble.
or yeah. Okay. That doesn't sound very serious.
It doesn't. But, you know, you could always hurt yourself.
Yeah, I was
Break
thinking
an
about
arm.
more dramatic things.
Well, let's keep it going. And
Okay, keep going.
one might surprise you. Okay.
Mm.
Next one is this has never happened to me, thank God. But a family member walking in on you.
Oh my God. It hasn't happened to me, but I know so many people
No.
where this has happened. Yeah.
That's so embarrassing.
Just horrendous.
It's not that the fact that you're having sex is embarrassing, but the fact that they had to see you that and doing that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, or kids walking in is very
Kids.
common when you think the door's locked or it's late at night or, and then somebody wanders in.
No, that's not good. Yeah, so it says here, family time is important, but there's a time and place. And 71% of people have experienced 71% have experienced the last thing you want, a family member walking in on them having sex.
Well, I've got a tip for you.
Yes.
2 tips.
Yeah, I love it.
Number 1, get a lock. For your door. There's an idea. It's not that difficult. Go and get yourself down to Home Depot or in UK home base and put a lock.
Seriously.
Or a knob. with
A knob.
lock. Something
Yes.
that has a lock.
Perfect.
I mean, I think that's, common sense, isn't it?
You should
And
be.
then in terms of children, it's not just about sex, but just get them to respect your private space. You knock.
You knock.
And you wait to hear, come in or whatever. You don't just barge in.
Yeah.
So those are my 2 bits of advice.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, there's actually a reader who wrote in saying that this has happened to her. So she says, having sex with my ex, I restrained him to the bed.
Excellent.
I was on top of him, having a grand old time, only for his dad to walk in and see us butt naked, along with his son's legs and arms pinned to the bed. So not the best position to be in. Maybe that's why they're exes now.
It's just hard to ever live it down and not think, are they thinking about that moment? It's all very uncomfortable.
How do you
all very
ever go
awkward.
to brunch with your father-in-law
It's
again?
very awkward.
It's just the absolute worst.
Yeah, it's very awkward. Yeah, and I feel for her. I really do.
Yeah, that's really horrible
Mm.
because you don't know what they're going to say. You don't know if they're going to be mad or shocked or
Or any of the above, yeah.
cry. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is an eye shot.
Oh,
I think we all know what that is.
yes.
Pretty much
We
what,
do.
yeah. So it's pretty much obviously is what it sounds like. It's an unfortunately aimed ejaculation, which can be incredibly painful.
Yeah.
But it is a very common mishap with 68% of people experiencing this. I've experienced this.
Really?
Have you?
No.
Oh my God, Mel, it's painful as fuck. And then you're like, got a red eye for a
yeah,
day.
I wonder if you could get an infection.
Oh yeah, you can get literally herpes in the eye or chlamydia
Oh
in
my-
the eye if that happens. I swear to God. Guys, and here's the thing. So obviously we call this an accident, but what if the guy wants to come in your eye? That's a red flag for me.
Yeah. I got nothing to say to that. I just yeah, that's disturbing.
It's serious.
Don't go on the next date.
No.
Would be my advice. I mean, that is just peculiar.
But I mean, I've had it happen with me with my ex. So it's not like it was a random date. He came in my eye and then I never saw him again. It's or literally never saw him because I became blind. But I was literally, it happened. And then you're twitching. You can't see anything. You're just
Yeah,
The
that's,
worst.
that's not pleasant.
it's the absolute worst. So yeah, try not to do that, guys. This lady wrote in.
Stand
though-
back.
Stand back.
my
I mean,
advice.
if they're if you're doing a facial and you know it's happening, okay, just close your eyes.
That's an idea.
Close your eyes,
Yeah.
okay, for the love of God. So this lovely lady wrote in, and she says, after a date night with my partner, we came home, and after drinking a nice bottle of wine, of course, started fooling around. After going down on him for a bit, he didn't warn me that he was about to blow his load, and the whole lot went straight into my eye. Oh my God.
Oh.
If the pain wasn't bad enough, I had to face the embarrassment of having my false eyelashes slowly slipping down my face.
Sorry, we shouldn't be laughing, but it's quite funny.
No, that is really funny.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, really.
It's really awful. But just, guys, warn your partners. It's not funny. It fucking actually really hurts.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The
Like-
force of all that stuff coming at you.
It's also just sticky.
Yeah.
Sticks in there for a while. It's
Mhm.
not cute.
No.
It's not cute. It's not fun. You have to deal with that
No.
aftermath. Wash your eye. Get one of those eye washer things that are in restaurants
No,
where
yeah,
an
it's
emergency happens.
I can't imagine it's the easiest thing.
No, it's the worst. Okay. So we have the next one. Falling in the shower.
I can imagine that's quite common, yeah. And you can actually really hurt yourself, right? Because
Yeah.
I think people, again, going back to like porn or seeing something, you think, oh yeah, blah blah blah, I can do that, and then you don't take into account that you're 5'2" and your partner's 6'5", and it may not work that well.
It's awful.
Probably not a good idea to be on a stool with water or whatever you're doing.
Shower sex is the absolute worst.
This is the thing. It's a bit like water. Like you see a lot of movies, and they're in the water and it's frolicking in the waves and having a grand old time in the sea. But everything feels rubbery when
Yeah.
you're in water, and they don't share any of this information.
No.
Often doesn't work terribly. It's like when you see sort of couples in movies like on the sand rolling around. That's not fun either. Getting bits of sand up your hoo-ha. You know, so
That's right.
It's not comfortable. I mean, it may look very nice.
No,
but
it
it's not
doesn't.
comfortable. And I think a lot of sort of, if people use chairs or situations like that. I mean, just be sensible.
Yes.
Think about the size of you and the size of the person.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in an engineering capacity, it just can't work.
No, and like obviously like in better showers and newer showers when they have like nice benches in there, like things like that. Rain showers, you know, there's different things when you have a better shower that you could do this in, you know. You're not doing the ones with like the tubs. It's the absolute worst.
Yeah.
When barely 2 people can fit in there, it's not a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea. It's just like somebody's going to slip.
Yeah.
I did know the story once of this woman who, she was in a meeting actually. She was a colleague of my husband's, and they were in a meeting, and she came in with her hand in a
Oh my
thing.
God.
And she was actually a Russian woman. She had a very loud voice. She was very forthcoming. He's like, "Oh, are you all right?" She's like, "Oh, I won't do the accent. That's terrible." She was basically having sex with her partner in a hot tub.
Oh my God.
And this is what she proceeded to explain to him. And just sort of, her hand went, and she almost broke her arm. Because it sounds like a great idea, but it doesn't work.
It's so bad to have sex in hot tubs.
Yes, it's not good. All the germs.
Do not
and
have sex in a hot tub, you
No.
guys. It's sexy, but it's not.
All the germs.
Not afterwards when you have to deal with that.
Ugh.
Okay,
Oh,
well, yeah, so
now
no
I've
falling
got
in the
that
shower,
vision
but
in my head.
you can always opt out for a bath. That's nice.
In a bath. But
Yeah.
still, like, it's quite hard to do those kind of things. Sometimes.
It's not the best.
That's the thing I would just always say is I think your fantasy or your idea or whatever you've seen somewhere is maybe plan it a bit better.
No, it's a
You
good
know?
idea. That's good
Thanks.
advice. This person wrote in and they said, me and my boyfriend decided to have a hot, steamy shower together. Yeah. As we were being intimate, the temperature of the bathroom was going up and up to the point where I started to feel faint. Oh no.
Oh no.
Not wanting to put my partner off, I sucked it up and carried on, only to nearly pass out a few minutes later. I ended up falling down in the shower. Luckily, my boyfriend caught me before I hit the floor.
Yeah, because you could have like done yourself some serious damage.
No, seriously.
Wow.
Doesn't sound like a good idea.
No, it
Do
doesn't.
not like
Doesn't
turn
sound fun.
the water down.
Doesn't sound like fun at all.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Okay. Next one. Being knocked unconscious.
Holy shit, how did that happen?
Okay. So having sex can take you to another world, especially if you get yourself knocked unconscious. Which is exactly what happens to 5% of unlucky respondents. Okay, it's not surprising when you consider that sex sometimes involves alcohol, and if you're having a really good time, it is easy to become unaware of the hazards around you.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
like, I've heard of people just like, you know, like you get like hit with an elbow accidentally, and then like,
sure.
or like you fall off the bed.
Yeah, sure.
And I read the story once on Betches, and it was about this guy who accidentally like stuck it in her butt.
What do you mean accidentally?
Like,
stuck it
you
in
know,
your butt?
you know like you're thrusting, and then it just goes into another hole. Things are wet down there. Slips
and
in.
she didn't notice it was
Well,
in her bum.
no, she did. So she like accidentally stuck it in her bum, and then she screamed in pain because she was like, ah! She fell off the bed and was knocked unconscious.
Holy shit!
So it happens.
Right.
Accidental anal happens. You know, these things happen.
Mm.
But yeah. So this lovely woman has admitted to this, and she says, I was living it up at uni and I'd fancied this guy for a while. I went out looking like a solid 10, and the boy I fancied thought the same. Great, babe. Good for you.
Yeah, good for you.
Good for you. I took him back to mine, and while he was on the bed, I drunkenly undressed, thinking I was on the set of Beyonce. Good for you, babes. My bedroom at uni was in the loft with a slanted roof and low bed. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
I went over to him and tripped over my feet and the bed, which resulted in me headbutting this poor boy in the penis.
Oh.
I reconvened to what I thought were going to be some seriously sexy moves. I was on top of him and went to flick my hair up and then knocked myself unconscious
On the beam.
on the beam.
Wow. That's not good.
It's not fucking good. It's
No.
really not good. But that happens. See? Weird things happen. Usually with drugs and alcohol involved, probably.
I have a thought about the slipping in the butt. See, I'm on the butt thing.
Well, see, that's another one.
Is
Right, that's
people
accidental.
who use toys
Yes.
that are not designed for bum holes
Yes.
and they get sucked up there
Ew.
and lost because they don't have the end.
Yeah. You need the end bit.
Well, I mean, to me that would be obvious, but they sort of
It's like a just a carrot.
stick it in there, and then the bum hole is a bit like the black hole, right? So it just goes up there.
It is weird that that's what
mean-
happens.
I don't even want to think about how they have to fish that. I mean, you obviously have to go to hospital.
Yeah.
And that is not going to be nice. And you're probably not going to want anything near your bum hole for the rest of your life if that happens to you.
No.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, stay away.
Yeah.
I
It's really
mean-
too bad. It's not great when you're doing it and you just and things do happen, because your legs are up and things are happening. You're not always in control of what's going on down there.
Right.
And they don't know either. It's dark. They
Yeah.
don't know where your clit is. How do they know where your fucking asshole is, right?
This is a good point.
You never
Susie.
know.
You make a point.
Really, men have no idea. So sometimes it just happens. Not saying it's a good thing, but I'm sure it's much more common than we think.
I think the problem with sex accidents is that they happen because generally in sex we're trying to be spontaneous and fun.
Yeah.
But the things that you do that deviate or require some thought, you can't actually be that spontaneous.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And I think people don't get that. And that's why shit happens. Like if you're going to get other stuff involved,
Yeah.
you kind of got to plan it. Because that's what people think. They're like, oh, this is sexy and this is spontaneous. But you can't be sticking things in buttholes unless people know, or standing on chairs or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
You've got to have some preparation around
It's pretty
it.
bad. I mean, I'm sure
Which
that
sounds unsexy, doesn't
it does a little bit. And I feel like if you are a person who works as a doctor or ER nurse or anything like that, and you have stories, please send them
I'm
to us.
sure they've seen the most crazy and
Because
repulsive stuff.
People, like guys, will put like vacuum heads
Yeah.
on their dicks, and
I've
like
heard that.
women will put weird shit up their vaginas.
Well, I remember once having this. I said this a while ago in a pod. Having this conversation while I was at university with these girls, and this woman telling me, telling me in just a conversation, drunken conversation. We're having a couple of girls one night, telling us how she put what's the American an
Eggplant?
aubergine, an eggplant, and we were like obviously
In shock.
in shock as to we were still stuck on the how the hell there were like I think there were three of us and her. How the hell does an aubergine get in there? That's a lot of stuff going
Yeah.
in there. We hadn't even got to the bit that it was an aubergine or that this could get stuck. How the fuck do you fish it out? I don't know. But you're just like, wow. And this is like 20 odd years ago. I mean, even then they had toys, lady.
Yeah.
An aubergine? Yeah, but the other thing, and this is like massively repulsive, and I had a friend who, when they were a medic in the ER, one was stuff with animals.
No.
Yeah, particularly dogs.
No.
It's super common. And dogs get kind of obviously scared, as you would be if somebody... Anyway, we're not going to go into details. But yeah, people doing crazy stuff like that.
That's really awful.
Yeah. I mean, yes, there's some desperate very, very disturbed people in the world.
Yeah. That they just want to, if they have a hole, they want to fill it up.
Or they just don't have any interaction with another human being, or they don't know how to interact.
Because I think there's also that common thing where we've all heard about like men putting weird shit up their butts because they don't want to buy a regular sex toy for their butts. And so they just put whatever they want there. And it's like, no, there's a reason that it's not good. There's a reason that you can't just do that.
100%.
And they obviously go to the hospital and they have to think of some insane story.
Toothbrush stuff up.
How do they get to the hospital? I don't know. Because you have something up your butt.
I did. So the same friend who was a medic said somebody once came in with a man with a carrot stuck up his ass. I'm sorry to the man. This is many years ago, so I'm sure he's fine.
Okay.
And apparently the explanation was I was gardening and I fell on the carrot. And then the doctor's like,
naked?
Yeah, but you do know which way carrots grow, right? Yeah. They don't grow. I was just like, but I mean, what do you say? If you're going to come into hospital with a carrot stuck up your ass that you can't get out, you might as well make up a story because everyone knows you're lying and it's so embarrassing. And not only do you have to, like, if you're in Canada or in the UK, you have to wait in the waiting room.
Yeah.
You're not going to be seen immediately. You are not a death's door kind of person. You're at the bottom of the list. And then you get in, you got the little curtain goes around, then you got to explain, so how can I help you today? Well,
I've got a carrot on my bum.
And then they got to fish it out. I mean, that's not.
There's surgery involved.
Yeah.
They don't just get like a little bunny rabbit who just like comes in there and gnaws it out. Like you have to actually do something serious.
And I'm sure it bloody hurts.
It doesn't feel good.
And not that. Carrots are not designed to be up anybody's bum hole. And hopefully that carrot was clean because there's that too.
It was fresh from the garden.
Exactly. If he was gardening.
If he was actually gardening naked.
What I'm saying. But the one thing I have heard a lot about, and I'm not really sure I understand this, is men breaking their penis.
Yes, I know. There was that famous guy who did it. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Who broke his penis?
Yeah.
Like it snapped in two?
No, hold on. I'm literally gonna look it up. 1 second. Wait.
You must be able to strain your penis. Do you know something men can do is the balls inside the ball sack can get twisted up, I think.
Ew,
I've heard of that.
That's too bad. That sounds like it's actually really painful.
That's horrendous, yeah.
Okay, so it's called a penile fracture.
Penile fracture.
Okay, so it's caused by blunt force when your penis is erect and it hits something hard and bends. Okay, common causes are sexual activity with a partner, obviously. Penile fracture can happen when your penis slips out of your partner and thrusts against the area between the anus and the perineum, or the pelvic bone. Mm-hmm. So you hit it that hard that it can fracture your dick.
I think you're hurting both of yours.
Oh yeah, that does not sound like fun.
That sounds horrendous. But yes, I suppose, I mean, there must be so many situations.
Yeah.
Where people do crazy stuff because they think, oh, this is a really good idea in the moment, then turns out to be a really bad idea.
No, it just sounds
and they slip
awful.
Or they fall off something or onto something or
it's not good.
Above. Or with food, I would think a lot of people, think food is a really good idea to smear all over each other and
then you get like a weird infection because of the food.
If it gets into the wrong place or I'm sure. I mean, let's face it, people are odd.
Yeah.
So there must be some really odd stories.
I mean,
let's be frank.
Not everyone's going to just break their penis every day, but you just have to be careful.
Be careful. And if you have some idea to spice things up, give it some thought.
Put some mats down. You got some like yoga mats.
There's an idea.
For some more traction on the feet.
Yes. Give it some thought, some preparation. And don't expect some amazing thing that you've seen or conjured up in your mind is going to work first time. Because generally most things in life don't work first time, do they?
No. They don't. You got to work on those things. Just don't come on anyone's eye because that hurts.
Yeah, and the other thing I would say is with a new partner, try not to do anything that you've never done before.
100%.
Make sure you've kind of been with them for a bit, you figure it out. And then you do the new stuff. Stick to the stuff you're good at the beginning. I think that's good advice.
That's
don't
great
you?
advice, Mel. Unless she's like a dom or something, and it's pretty exciting.
But then you're there for that reason. So
Yeah, exactly.
don't, no penises in bum holes without preparation and telling people. And I'm really not entirely sure I agree that it just slipped in. But anyway,
It's obviously never happened to Mel, guys.
I mean, it can slip, but it's not. You're sort of aware before anything serious can happen
Yeah.
that it's going down the wrong route.
I think guys, when they just want to like bam, 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 ram, tam,
Yeah.
tam,
Yeah.
they just do that. And then sometimes, when it pops all the way out and tries to slide all the way back in.
Yeah, yeah. And men can be quite. See, I'm doing actions. We're not
No,
filming.
you can't see.
But men can be quite forceful, and
Yes.
they don't realize how hard they're pushing.
Yeah.
And of course, that kind of thing can happen. But of course, it can happen. But there's a point quite quickly when you know it's happening.
Yes.
If you follow me. But anyway, don't put your penis in a bum hole without the prior knowledge of that said person saying, yes, please put it in a
100.
bum hole.
Yes, please put it on my mom. Thank you. Yes, exactly like
that's
that.
all I have to say about bum holes, sex accidents.
That's perfect.
That's it.
Well, if you guys have a sex accident, a story that you guys want to share with us, you can go to sharemytruth.com and send us a voicemail, leave us an email, snail mail, whatever you want. You guys can also go to Sharing My Truth Pod, socials. Leave us a comment on this YouTube. Whatever you guys want. We want to just hear from you. We want to hear about all the good stuff.
We want to hear it all. And you have been sharing.
You
And it
have
is
been.
Very interesting. And even if you don't agree with us, please share.
We want to know that too, because we'll have a
Yeah.
conversation about that.
Exactly.
Everyone has a different opinion, and that's okay.
That's totally fine.
All right, loves.
Toodles.
Toodles from London.
Bye.
Sharing My Truth Pod is so excited to partner with Vibrator.com, where the A in vibrator is the number 8. This is an extremely exclusive code where no other podcast has it. If you go to Vibrator.com right now, use the code MS15, that's MS15 at Vibrator.com. You can now get 15% off anything in store. That's any sex toys for you, your partner, your neighbor, your mom. We don't judge. We don't care. Get it now. Go to the link in our bio, put in the code, and get jiggy with it.
Thanks so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast and follow us on social at Sharing My Truth Pod. And leave us a voicemail on our website, sharingmytruth.com, to share your stories and experiences with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.